What is going on, everyone? Radar kicking on. Some sunlight in here a little bit. Ooh, my hair is a mess. It's embarrassing. Gotta look your best when you're doing videos. I'm gonna try anyway. Alright guys, so today is actually the day that I picked up this car 5 years ago. I couldn't believe it. I know that it was coming up, and luckily Facebook reminded me that I picked this car up 5 years ago. Wow. So this is my 2015 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. Almost at 123,000 miles. I'm very close to 125,000 miles. It wasn't for this whole crazy year that we're having, right guys, with COVID-19, I probably would have been well past 125,000 miles at this point. So I have done a previous video for when I hit 100,000 miles. I kind of went over, you know, really how the car's been holding up. And what I want to do for this video is just kind of tell you my experience of how owning this car for 5 years has been for me. So I do take care of this car to the best of my ability. It does have a max care extended warranty, and it gets driven. You know, I don't feel like I'm abusive, but I do feel like I'd be your normal, stereotypical owner. I mean, the car has seen the track, it's seen spirited driving. I've done road trips with it. So I've done a lot with it. I just kind of want to talk about the 5 years, and once we pull over, I'm actually just running to grab lunch. But once we pull over, I'm going to try to pull up some of the paperwork to really see what I've done to the vehicle maintenance-wise. Overall, it's been a very good car for me. First Mopar product. This is the first time they introduced this new facelift, the new ZF 8-speed transmission. This is the first year they put it in the Charger and Challenger. So when I first got the car, keep in mind I got so many compliments because I was one of the first people to get it. I was really blessed. And you know, the Hellcats were just coming out as well, but they were all marked up. The local dealership had a white Hellcat at the time marked up to $100,000 back in 2015. So unlike now where, you know, you can get a 6-cylinder that looks a lot like this, although you'll notice the rims and the brakes and the suspension not so quite. But when I got this car back in 2015, there wasn't major differences from the look from this versus a Hellcat. You know, the hood had heat extractors, or still does have heat extractors for the Hellcat, bigger brakes and slightly different rims from a cosmetic standpoint. So a lot of still get compliments. I actually the other day got a compliment on this, and anytime I tell anyone the mileage on this, they're just like blown away that it has so many miles on it. I've driven this thing in the snow, in the rain. I have several tire reviews on this vehicle that you could apply to many different vehicles, so if you want to check out those videos as well, be my guest. So far as I'm going to kind of save till we park the car to kind of go over like how the car's treated me from a reliability standpoint. Overall, it's been good. I mean, I've had no motor issues, no transmission issues, which is actually my bigger concern, that this was a brand new transmission being put into these cars. Definitely was a concern of mine. So as the car ages, I think it's aging very well, but it's very competitive out there. So you know, if you get a brand new 2020 or even the 2021's coming out, I'll talk about that briefly. It does look a little aged because the competition is very tight and the markets are just, you know, I mean, look at the new C8 Corvette's interior, it's amazing. Not that I'm necessarily comparing this to the Corvette, but sticking to American. The new Mustang's interior is really, really nice. So when I got this in 2015, the interior was super nice. You know, the car came in, base sticker was under $40,000. All I got was the interior upgrade, which is this red seats and a sunroof, and I was still under 45. So this car has tremendous value. It still does, by the way. They haven't really raised the price. If anything, I believe they're still doing the $1 discount, so right off the bat, you're getting almost $5,000 taken off the sticker price. So keep that in mind for shopping for a used one. I mean, I'd imagine there's some good deals right now on new ones still. And they have been holding up. Dodge just announced that they got the award from, I can't think of it right now, but I'll put it on the screen here. And I can contest to that. You know, I am tired of seeing people comment about FCA and Chrysler products when they don't own anything. It's just based off of their them stereotyping a brand. This is my only and first Mopar or Chrysler product, and like I said, guys, I take care of it, which I think is important for any vehicle. You can have something as reliable as a Honda Civic, and if you don't take care of it, it doesn't matter. But I can tell you, you know, I take care of this vehicle, but I drive it. I mean, it's driven the way that they're marketed for you to drive. So kind of how it's been owning the vehicle for 5 years now, and still can't believe today, 5 years ago, I picked this car up, man, and what a feeling when I got it. So yeah, let's fast forward to that part, guys. Hey guys, just getting back to the crib. Just had lunch. I was actually going to wrap the video over there, but it started downpouring like crazy, so I just decided to drive through it. As you can see here, the car actually does really well in the rain with these particular tires. I have these Michelin Pilot Cup all-season tires. I've done a whole video on it. I'll put the link in the description, just so you know, because I have a lot of people asking. One of the popular questions is, hey, how does it do in rain and snow? And that obviously, not obviously, but that really does depend on the tire. The car is acceptable with the right tire, and these tires are probably the best all-around tire I've ever had. I've gone through several different tires, and we'll actually talk about that here in a second with maintenance. But I'll put a link in the description for that video. But let's get into it. I finally dug up, so these receipts right here are all oil changes. I'm going to talk about that here in a second, but you can go check out all my videos, and I have quite a few. I've been documenting my ownership in this vehicle since I think 15,000, 25,000 miles, and I have like increment videos. My most recent one is 100,000 miles, which, like I mentioned, link in the description if you want to check it out. And that will go over sort of like how the paint's been holding up, what I've done to help the paint, my interior, how the interior's been holding up, especially with a guy like me at my size. But I actually never had the chance to go through all my paperwork as I have here, which I'm about to do now. That's kind of what this video is going to be focusing on. So these are oil changes. So why do I go to Dodge to do my oil changes when I actually can do it myself? It's actually pretty simple. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I went ahead and purchased the lifetime max care warranty. I plan on owning this car for a long time. As you can see, I already racked up a lot of miles. I already kind of depreciated this vehicle pretty well from a value standpoint, which is okay. I'm not going to get into the finance of that. That's just how I look at it. I know a lot of people, once they have equity in the car and they kind of want to get rid of it before it hits too high of a mileage while it still has a certain level of equity in it, which is fine. But I choose that I wanted to drive this car for a long time. I do a lot of driving, which is why I purchased the Max Care warranty, which is a lifetime Max Care warranty through FCA that will cover this car as long as I own it. So they're going to lose money with me. So that's basically what I do. Is I do this because if and when the engine goes, and let's you know, even if you have a Honda Civic, engines will go at some point. I don't want any excuses. I want that engine to be replaced. There's not going to be any like, well, who did your oil changes? Did your oil changes right? How much oil's in it? No, it's just, here's all the paperwork. You guys did it. Now, back in the day, I used to go to a particular local dealership where I got a discounted rate. Trying to see. I was around $65. Just to tell you guys how much I used to pay for oil change, $65. Now I want to say I pay around $85 to $90. I'm trying to look through my paperwork right now. This one's $99. Now I eventually get it up. I started to get annoyed with this particular local dealership because they jacked up the prices like crazy. After taxes and everything, they started charging me for an oil change. You ready for this? $134. So that was one of the many reasons why I left that dealership, among some other reasons, which I have videos on as well. But this is all the paperwork for all the oil changes I've done. There's probably more paperwork now, and here comes the rain, of course. So that's this stack of papers. Now, this stack of papers is the real meat and potatoes. This is everything that's really went wrong with the vehicle that I had addressed. Covered through mostly warranties, whether it was a factory warranty or my lifetime max care warranty. The first one here, let's see what this one was for. Oh, it's just another oil change. Wrong file. Okay. So this I brought back in, what year was this? 2019, June of 2019, so just a little over a year ago. I had the radiator replaced, which I know there's a receipt that comes, there's the cost. So just to put that in perspective, that cost out the door would have been $546 to have that replaced if I didn't have my warranty. With my warranty, it was a $100 copay. So that was one of the things I had done, was a radiator replaced, which I thought was really, really cool. And I think there's more. I have like papers everywhere. This is kind of what I dug out. What is this one? So this is one of the complaints, I did a whole video on it, that never got addressed, is my paddle shifters. If I actually stopped using my paddle shifters because anytime I go to upshift, once in a blue moon, probably like 20% of the time, which eventually is a lot once you're driving a lot and you're using it a lot, 20% of the time, maybe more, I'd hit the upshift and it would downshift. So I've been to Dodge a billion times about that, and actually FCA did acknowledge it and had some bullshit response about basically you're pushing the paddle too quickly. It was just, if I have it, I'll post it up. The letter was just a joke. It was an absolute joke. This is more recent. I do remember this. This is February of this year. I went to a new Dodge dealership. I'll say their name, which is Lucas in Lumberton, New Jersey, off of Route 38, which is a bit of a drive for me. This is my $100 copay. And let me see if they replaced all my shocks, my bent rim, that was part of my other warranty, and I got these 4 new tires. So that was and an oil change. So I ended up paying them $400 because I had a $100 copay. I had them install the tires for me and balance them and all that good stuff. I figured I'd give them the business and all that other good stuff. So that was cool. That was $400. That was a big one. I can't find the receipt. In the back of my head, I do know I had a wheel bearing replaced as well. Oh, and I had this happen twice. And I know the paperwork's probably still in my glove compartment because it's still a mess in there. But I had 2 brake calipers seize up on me, and I got them replaced. So those are all that was covered under my warranty. So I did do that as well. And there might be a few other things here and there, but that's sort of like the paperwork on you know, it's actually really 5 years and almost 125,000 miles. I've been really happy with this car. That's it. If you have any questions, anything you want me to answer, if you're in the market for this car, if you have anything in particular you want to ask me, ask away. Overall, I'd recommend this product and most FCA products. You know, I think the Hellcats have been holding up. I know they had an issue with the supercharger, which seems to be an issue with a lot of cars when they first start go force induction. I think some of the screws on top of the blowers have had issues. But if you have a Hellcat and you want to comment below how that's been holding up for you, be my guest, comment below. Thank you for watching. I am one of the few people out on YouTube that this is my daily driver. YouTube is more for fun for me. I don't mind a couple of bucks that I get, but that's literally it. I'm pretty much getting enough money to, you know, buy the camera that I bought and stuff like that. But I'm one of the few people that legitimately use this car every day. This isn't, let me get the car because it's hot and then I'll just get rid of it in 3 months, which no knocks to those guys. That's an awesome career to live in, where you can go through the newest and the best and then get on to the next best thing. But I think that's all I'm going to do for this video. Stay tuned for another high mileage video. I don't know if I'm going to do, I probably won't do the 125,000. I might do 150,000. So, and I'm really proud. Hopefully at 150, everything will still kind of be the same as far as the engine and trans. I do want this car to just keep going. You know, I'm proud at this point. I believe in the SCA product, and I want it to keep going. So, you know, hopefully it will. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I never plug my Instagram. I probably should. It's _JohnnyGT. I'm also posting stuff on this vehicle and when I'm taking it around, pictures and just other quick updates on it as well. You know, if you actually thought this video was helpful, you should already know that if you watch YouTube, it's all about smashing that like button. It does help circulate these videos, and I greatly appreciate it. So once again, I'm starting to jibber jabber way too much. I'm gonna let you guys go. Comment below if you have any questions, or if you have a Mopar product, let me know if it's been good for you or bad for you, or what your input is. I think it's important for people, for consumers, to actually hear what owners have to say, not just people that take it on a racetrack or you know, say, hey, you know, FCA is a crappy company, I'll never buy their cars, and it's sad because I see that all the time on social media. People go on a general board and be like, oh, should I get the 392? And like, I just see all the trash comments, and I click their profile, and first thing, they always have like a really shit box of a car, which, you don't believe me, check it out. Someone's trashing a nicer car, click their profile, you'll see what I mean. It is pretty comical. But like, you should be reaching out, you should be doing your research, and not just with me. Like, check out other YouTubers and other people and see how their cars have been holding up. But once again, I rest my case. I'll let you guys get out of here. Smash that like button, comment, subscribe. Later.